Welcome back to WD Magiccast for the week of March 23rd, 2025. We're back, folks, and we're still on video. Say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. We had so much fun with the video feed last week. I said, hey, let's try it again.
Let's do it again. And not enough people disliked us.
That's good.
Yeah. No, it actually went pretty well. I think. So let's keep it rolling, I guess. I originally was thinking of doing it every 2 weeks, but there's enough stuff that happened that let's do it again.
I don't blame you.
And speaking of enough things to go talk about, let's get down to business.
Yeah.
As they said in Milan. We have some stuff coming up in the near future, and some things coming up in the far
future,
unlisted future. As far as like shows and movies and stuff. I don't know how I forgot to mention this last week. April 12th, Doctor Who, the new season comes to Disney Plus. They just dropped all the titles and stuff. If you want to go check that out, that will be on Doctor Who's website, or I think on Disney Plus's website. You can check out the different titles. IMDb's got them as well, so they're out there.
Didn't they throw it out as like a video, and they had all the? I thought I saw all the titles flashing through.
You might have.
Because I saw it on YouTube.
I was looking at it as it was being launched on Twitter, and each one they listed the title and the writer and director of it. So, but I think it's going to be another fun season. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm looking forward to Shotti's return and seeing where they go with the Doctor on this. So,
and hopefully there's no really confusing episode like the one. Was it 8 Mile? Whatever that one episode was.
Oh, geez, that one, the one on the cliffs with the.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get an explanation to that.
Maybe we'll finally get an answer. All right. I hope so.
You never know. It's the long game, as you've learned sometimes with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the long game.
Yes. But I didn't know that episode naming was a thing, but I guess in Doctor Who world it is. So. You know,
anything to get buzz.
True. This is true.
Anything to get buzz and people talking. But the trailers look promising.
Yeah.
Trailers look promising. Also coming out, in fact, same day as this episode dropping, hopefully on Wednesday, the 26th of March, will be Stephanie's Places on ESPN Plus. Which is from Omaha Productions. If you're familiar with Peyton's Places and Eli's Places and all those places things, it's a Peyton Manning produced show from his production company, Omaha Productions. And Stephanie McMahon talking and interviewing different people from the sports entertainment world of pro wrestling. So that could be interesting if you're into pro wrestling.
Was it kind of like a behind the scenes kind of deal?
Kind of, yeah. And she'll be interviewing different people from the eras of pro wrestling. First episode is CM Punk and his return. Then you also have Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns, Pat McAfee. That you'd probably like that. Your man's on there.
Yes.
Undertaker, Triple H, and ends up with John Cena on a 10-episode run.
It's a nice lineup.
Yeah. One a week between now and May 28th. So that is coming up. In the far distant future, in the way of movies, we have Coco 2 has been officially announced by Lord President Bob Iger. And Toy Story 5 is in production. Both of those eventually.
Yeah. I got Toy Story 5 was 2026, I heard. And Coco 2 was like 2029. I don't know why it's going to take them 4 years to make a movie, but.
Well, initially they said 2029, and then in the same video, they took away the 2029. So it's like, okay. It's 2020, it's at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to stop giving dates for stuff. Just say something's in production and stop giving, because they did that in the Star Wars universe. You had the Rey movie, you had something else was supposed to the pre-dawn Jedi movie was supposed to come out. All this stuff, and we have no idea. Everything seems to be in limbo. The only thing we know we're getting is the Grogu Mandalorian movie. But that wasn't even supposed to happen. So that was supposed to be a series. It was probably supposed to be the next season of The Mandalorian, but now we're...
Right, I think that was supposed to be season 4, and they
Yeah.
convert that to a movie. The tricky thing with movies is that you need to reach and book your release date as soon as possible. So that way you're the first one to put your flagpole down.
I see what you're saying. So they want, right. So
and then also
because they're going to compete
and
with
also
those
know
things.
when you're releasing something. Okay, we're going to release this, that. Okay, Avatar is going to be in December, and then following up Avatar, we're going, okay, we have the Avengers movie, and you have all these other different movies and stuff. So you need to, as soon as possible, get it's never concrete until the thing comes out.
Yeah.
Because like Elio, which was supposed to come out last year, is now coming out this June, but it was supposed to come out, I think, in March, and then or May, and then it conflicted with another movie, so that's when they pushed it back to June.
Mm-hmm.
So things, it's a solid guideline.
Yeah. But I see the logic in it now. They have to, like you said, plant the flag so that other competing places don't get it, because Memorial Day weekend could be a hot spot. So you want to get that weekend before others. Just make them move and not you.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, whenever you announce, okay, Star Wars is coming out on this day and date, in other studios are going to go, yeah, I'm not competing with the Star Wars movie.
Exactly.
No matter what quality of the Star Wars movie Dave thinks it is, we're not competing with it. We're moving it, forward or back. That also helps build hype, and then people, start anticipating, we got some time, but time moves quickly sometimes, and then next thing you know, it's like there's another Avatar movie coming out the end of this year, Fire and Smoke or something like that, and Bob Iger said he actually watched the early cut of it and said it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what is amazing to him? I mean, we'll see. But visually, if it's anything like the last one, it probably is even going to be more breathtaking.
Yeah.
But story-wise, well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So far, so good, though. The first one got me hooked. So
the second one I think was much better than the first one, which is hard to say, hard to top out.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else in the production end that you?
No, those were the few that I saw coming up. Nothing else really, big.
No. I think the Stephanie's Places will be fun, and always looking forward to Doctor Who. We talked about Andor last week, which is another April release, and then Elio comes out in June. We got the trailers for that, and Lilo and Stitch in May. So, got some stuff coming up on the schedule.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Elio, but Lilo and Stitch, I bet you they're banking on to bring some stuff in.
The way that it's being received already, it's one of the highest viewed trailers on YouTube for a Disney live action in the history of the live action movies. The only thing I think that beats it out was The Lion King.
Yeah.
So
the only thing I'll say from what I've heard is that people are saying that Stitch looks too scary. But I asked my daughter, who's a Stitch, professional, she likes the way he looks. So
I personally thought the promo during the Super Bowl was brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So moving along to park news.
Yeah. There's always park news.
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on in the park news. So in parks we have, let's see here. Let me look through our notes. Remy was cooking in the kitchen on Saturday. I'm not sure if you heard about this one, and accidentally burnt the toast, which caused to a little smokage.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, folks, on the 22nd of March, there was a lot of smoke seen coming from the France Pavilion area of Epcot. Obviously, where there's smoke, there's a fire.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, the fire was in a cooling closet. I think that's an IT thing. I couldn't tell you exactly what a cooling closet is. But it's probably a fan room that helps keeps all the computer equipment cool down, and which produced a lot of smoke. No one was injured. They actually got the fire out quickly. They evacuated the France Pavilion by 7:45, I think it was. Remy's Ratatouille attraction was back open. So you were able to go on that. Illusions de Paris, Illusion of France was not open until the next morning, but everything by the next morning was completely fine and up and running. So nothing, fortunately, minimal things. I mean, more smoke than anything else, it seems like.
Yeah.
So that was quite fortunate.
You never know what you're gonna get when you go to Disney.
This is true. It's all part of the show.
Yeah. Speaking of that, there was a guy who was singing. He was in the you know where I'm talking about, that one spot where all the acts are and stuff. I think in the center of Epcot. He was singing and he saw the smoke. So as he was singing, he's like, "Oh, and France is burning," and then he went right back to his song.
That's the funny part is that's a line from in Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Right.
The city of lovers is going to this evening. True, that's because it's on fire, but so is L'amour. More. Yes. Yeah. Look, they're reenacting the burning of France.
Oh boy.
They're no expense. You have the new DVC lounge open last Friday. McKim's Mile House in Frontierland in the Magic Kingdom. Relatively tiny. From my understanding, if you want to go in there, soon as you get to the park, early in the morning, book your reservation time.
Isn't that like that's like the adult thing, right? An adult lounge.
No, this isn't an adult Dave.
Well, you got the cantina in Olga's Cantina. That's an adult lounge, basically. You go in there.
Kids going. No, this is a private DVC lounge. So if you're a certain level DVC members, you can go there to sit, get some air conditioning. They have Coke Dream machines to drink. You can charge your phones and stuff, devices there, and just kind of sit and relaxing, like a quiet space for people in the DVC world.
I was kind of hoping it was like an escape with some beverages to hide.
Speaking of escapes with beverages, we are getting Geo 82 was officially announced, which is going to be a lounge in Epcot Spaceship Earth. It is the back show building. So you have the front low area that you enter in, you have the Geosphere, the main show building, and then you have that back section where when you come off the ride that you go through, and there's some different things there that has been changing for years and years. My goodness, I remember whenever you went there and you had video phones that you chatted with cast members to book your dining reservations in one of the World Pavilion restaurants or any of the restaurants in Epcot. How times have changed. So they a bunch of other different stuff going on there where they show where people all over the world and have been in the attraction and whatnot. There's an upstairs to that, which used to be the corporate lounge for the sponsor of Spaceship Earth, which I don't think at this point in time has a sponsor. So they are turning that into Geo 82, 82 being the year that Epcot opened. Is the year after. It is the it's an adult only lounge, so you have to be 21 or older. Okay. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
This is the one I was talking. Yeah, I got this one. This is the one.
This is the lounge built for David Goldman.
That's right. Sign me up. Where to find me?
Dave's going to go by, set up his reservation, tell his wife and daughter, and said, "All right, I have reservations at this time. I'm sorry you can't come," and head up there. The benefits of this lounge is that the side of it is a long picturesque window overlooking what was Future World, but with the communal core section of Future World, which is now slightly different, and you have a nice view of the lakes, and particularly going to be the nighttime show.
Mm.
So,
are you on a time limit? Like, are you allowed to just hang out as long as you want, or are you know?
They haven't released a lot of that information yet.
Mm-hmm.
Other than they said it will be opening early spring 2025. And being that we're in spring, it should be opening soon.
We should hear get some feedback on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a guideline of early spring. Between now and June is spring. Mm-hmm. So it could be any point of that point.
Mm-hmm.
You also have the so they're theming it kind of in the Spaceship Earth type of
that's cool
stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the concept art looks great. It looks like it's a really nice place. So you'll have to tell me what's like.
You got it.
Dave's at Epcot. I know exactly where he is.
Just ping my GPS on my phone. You'll find me right there.
I don't even need to ping it. Dave's, where's your family? I think they're in the Moana section. I can see. I see them now.
My Light 360. You see me here and there, all the way over there.
They're in Norway again. Rope drop at the Magic Kingdom has currently changed. You can, even if the park is opening, what was it? You can get there as early as 7:45, depending on the opening time. Mm-hmm. Instead of going to the land of your choice, like Fantasyland or Frontierland, and waiting behind a rope to drop, but the rope drop, and then head to the attraction. Currently, you're heading straight to the attraction.
Yeah.
From what I heard from Lentesta, this is actually a temporary change while some construction and stuff is going on in the Magic Kingdom.
And that's for people that are staying on Disney property, correct?
Yeah. Well, this is not including extra magic hours. I believe this is just the standard rope drop procedure for when the park opens.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because if the park opens at 9 and you're staying on Disney property, didn't you have a chance to get there early before the mat?
Yes. Sorry. Yes. So, yes, I believe that's correct. Yes. Depending on your resort in the day, because it's not every day now, right? Because at one point it was certain days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. I don't know about the weekend, but that might be the busy time where they're not doing it. But like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably. But that I like that a little bit better because it I don't know, it saves you from the stampede of people. Like once they drop the thing and everybody's running to where they got to go. I experienced that for Remy's ride. They let us in and it was just like free for all. Which way are we going? And you just see people jogging, if not running to places.
So yeah, but in some ways it's not going to be that different because you will still have people running to places. They're just going to run directly to the ride.
Yeah, true.
Instead of kind of like a buffer.
Yeah.
So, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's going to cut down the lines, but it's not going to cut down as much as people think. It's not for every attraction. Because Tron's still not going to open early.
Yeah.
So, or everyone's going to run to Tron, and then there's going to be an even longer line at Tron, and everyone else, the other rides will have less of a.
Yeah, and Tron, I love Tron, but it's so short of a ride that I'm not waiting 2.5 hours to get on that thing again.
Or a minute ride.
Yeah.
Was it a minute and 3 seconds or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah. Again, it was awesome, but yeah, I'm glad I had the queue, I think, on that one. So if I had to wait in the standby time, forget that.
Yeah, no. Let's see, what else we got here? Bob, I see we got a log flume ride, we showed glimpse of in some videos going into Disneyland Paris.
Mm-hmm. Is that a
Based on
retheming or is that a brand new thing?
brand new attraction based on the Lion King first ride, because all the other things have been shows of the Lion King. So it's gonna kind of be like Splash Mountain from the appearances of
That's why I
everything that
asked
you've
if it was
seen.
a retheming because I didn't know if they had it and they're changing theirs as well.
No, this brand new attraction.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that should be really cool. Getting some love over in Paris.
If I'm ever there, I doubt it. I'll go on it.
If you just happen to find yourself in the realms of Paris.
Mm-hmm.
In May 4th for annual pass holders is fully booked up at the Hollywood Studios.
Mm.
So if you're going for Star Wars Day at the Hollywood Studios and you have an annual pass, you waited too long.
You waited too long.
Waited too long. Story of my life.
That's got to be crazy, though. It's
gonna be, yeah, it's always crazy that day.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably cool to experience, but if you're that kind of person that don't like crowds, that might not be for you.
We know someone like that.
Yeah,
we know someone like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and
you know
why are
who
all these
you are.
people here?
Yeah,
because people go travel here. This is insane. This is not. No one should do this. You wouldn't have the places.
Yeah, what's going on with Test Track? They're doing
Test Track is doing daytime testing. People aren't. It's not soft open or anything, but they are running the cars around the loop.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good sign that things are making good progress. It is supposed to open, I believe, this summer.
Mm-hmm. And it's a whole retheming. It's not. Did they
whole new
put
retheming?
Did they put an IP on it, or is it just
This will be Test Track 3.0, as they're calling it, and it is themed more after the World of Motion, which should be interesting, converging World of Motion and Test Track into one synonymous attraction.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what that's like. And then other than that, then you have Bob Iger, who says that he believes that Disney parks are still priced out correctly and still quite the value. You do get quite a bit, but I still think it's overpriced. But I can't say that their neighbor is any priced out any better.
Yeah, especially when you see what you could be paying for the neighbor.
Oh well, yeah, yes, I have. Yes, I have. It is substantially, yeah. Let's talk about the neighbor.
Yeah, let's talk about the neighbor.
We have Epic Universe's Epic opening up on Memorial Day weekend. Cast previews or employee previews are going on at the moment. Feedback has been very positive.
Right.
They said the theming is amazing. You cannot do everything in one day, and this is at a smaller than capacity crowd, controlled crowd that's going through. You also have Harry Potter is not open yet. You can walk through the queue, but the Ministry ride for Harry Potter is not available to go on. They're saying possibly April for that to open, last that I heard.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Universe Monsters attraction has been running, and that they said that is the best attraction hands down in the park, but has lots of hiccups. Apparently, if someone needs special assistance onto the attraction, they actually have to stop the entire attraction. And at this time, they are having trouble restarting the attraction to get it going from that point. So they're working out some, and this is why you do a soft opening, to get things kind of going at that point. So yeah, that's being worked out. But that's universally, that is the hands down best attraction. The Bride of Frankenstein ride. And then you have the Mario Land, the Train Your Dragon, and then the Celestial Park area. Everyone's just, in general, been very positive.
Mhm.
There's no videos out there. There's been a very strict policy on no recordings, no pictures. If there are any, they've been on top of the PR team's been very much on top of taking those down.
Yeah.
They're sending out emails to their staff. Please do not bring any influencers in or media or anybody to spoil what could be, someone's, dream of, just spoil the surprise
Right.
of the new place. So, they've been pretty good about that.
Yeah, because I haven't seen anything, and
No,
that would be on
and
my For You
frankly,
stuff.
I've looked.
What's that?
I've looked and I've looked and there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You can see plenty of people talking about it
Yeah.
in their experience, but nothing's there. Their new value resorts are open. The Helios, which is their high-end resort, which is actually part of the park, is not open yet. But the Terra Luna and Terra Nova, which are their value resorts, which are within walking distance of the park, those are open for staying at. When Epic's Universe's Epic opens up, it will be you can get in early access if you stay on property.
Were those built? Were those are new hotels, or
Yes.
they were built just for this? Okay, so
Yep,
they did
brand new.
Epic Universe. They built that stuff, so everything's one kick and boodle. And I'm assuming that the other Universal parks are somewhere in the vicinity, kind of like how Disney's laid out.
Not quite.
Not quite. No.
Not quite.
Okay,
see, because whenever let's see, we're trying to keep this a half an hour show, Dave.
Yeah, no, I got you. Sorry.
When Universal came in, they bought their small little section and they built their one park, and then they built their second park right next to the first park in City Walk within that. So it's in a tight knit small little section.
Right.
Then they bought a couple of the theme parks that were in the area, tore them down and built their other stuff on there. This I think was where it was the water park, which I forget the name of it off the top of my head. Right. Dorney Park.
Okay, that could be it.
That's the one around here. I forget, but it was the water park, which is right near the convention center. Tore that down, planned it out, and then they built this. So it's within a given distance, but unlike Disney, it's not a continuous property. Like, so basically, you have to take a bus from the main Universal area where the hotels and everything is.
Yeah.
They've redone the road so you have a little better access to get to Epic Universe, because technically you're on Universal property, you leave Universal property to go back on Universal property.
On Universal, right. But I wonder if I wonder if they're going to Disneyfy it, you know what I mean? Have the same kind of deal where if you're staying on Universal property, you get the early rope drops and whatnot. Yes. You get discounts. You can bundle, the parks and the hotels together, the whole nine. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Right now, depending on the day that you go to Epic, you're looking at ballpark about $200.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it is something like that.
Yeah. So anywhere between $130 to $199 a ticket, depending on the peak times and when you're going. So
yeah. To put in perspective, the Magic Kingdom, I think, is about $210.
It's up to $210 now? Wow.
So it's only a little bit less.
Yeah. Wow.
To go to Universal's new park than it is to go to the Magic Kingdom. And I counted, not including shows, actual rides.
Mm-hmm.
There are 11 versus the 20-something rides in the Magic Kingdom.
So you're paying $20 a ride.
Yeah. Is it
if you can get on all of them. Yeah. Trying to do quick math.
Yeah, I think it's about 10 or 11 attractions in currently for opening day, as long as everything opens on time. That will be in Epic Universe.
That's on the list, but I'm waiting. You got to let the newness die down for that, because the Mario World, Super Mario World, dude, I would love to go to that, but I got to let that die down.
It's going to be crazy, and only crazy people are going to go within the first year.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thankfully, I don't know anyone that crazy.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Make sure you live stream it.
Speaking of crazy, something iconic, because if you could only get bigger, Royal Caribbean has announced the name of their third Icon class ship, which will be Legend of the Sea, which is actually a recycled name. It was a former, what was it? Again, Legend class, I believe they call them now. Vision class, former Vision class ship, which they sold off to some other line. I actually did see her 2 years ago when I went on the Wonder. She was ported in Canaveral. So obviously a much smaller ship, but it's a good name. So, and they bring names back. That's nothing new.
I was going to say, was this the first time they recycled a name?
Royal Caribbean? I think so. I'm not sure about some of their earliest ships.
Yeah.
But ever since Emperor and Nordic Empress, yes, especially since they donned the family naming above the seas. They have not recycled any names. Case in point, Princess Cruise. How many Pacific princesses have there been? I think they're on their third or fourth.
Yeah. And since you've introduced me to cruising, Royal Caribbean doesn't mess around, boy. They just keep pumping out ships left and right, because it was Icon, and then wait, Stars right here, now Legends, and Wonder. It's just all of these ships that they've all been great. Well, I haven't been on the Icon class ships yet, but I'm just saying the Oasis style ships have been fantastic.
The Oasis has been some of the best reviewed ships out there. And then you have Disney has the Treasure that just came out, and then they have the Adventure and the Destiny coming out this year as well, later this year. So they have two more ships. They have 3 ships launching in 1 year. Thankfully, one they already purchased, mostly built.
Yeah, I should have had stock. I should have known this. You should have told me about this eons ago, so I could have placed stock in, Royal Caribbean and made some money off of it. Thanks, Matthew.
You wouldn't listen to me. You don't listen to me now. Why would you listen to me then?
It's all good.
The fact that you didn't even know me then, I mean, that's a whole different
That's true. That's true.
But an investor that we know, who doesn't like crowds, should have told you this, because you knew him back then.
What is wrong with this guy?
I think, wow, did we actually just cover everything?
Yeah, I believe we did.
The only other thing I do want to bring up quickly, I finished watching the new Tim Allen series, the first season of Shifting Gears. I fairly enjoyed it.
It's funny you said it, because we actually watched that here too, so I can actually add to.
Oh, okay.
I can add to the conversation.
I wasn't sure how it was going to go, and I just ended up really enjoying it, especially towards the end. You have some heartfelt moments, and then you just have some, it's not laugh out loud, fall on the floor funny, but you enjoy it.
It took a little warming up though, because the first 2 episodes I was like, I don't know, and then it started warming up to me. They started they weren't trying to make it last man standing, but they had people, and you started getting feels of everybody the direction of everybody's characters and whatnot. It got funnier, but yeah, it's can't go wrong with Tim Allen. He's awesome.
No, he's great. Even now he's playing a grandfather. That which is
yeah, I know.
But I like the Jay Leno when Jay Leno came on and made the reference. You know, I had this dream of this show back in the '90s that you were playing a dad, but you were actually funny.
yeah. And that's what I mean, like, because Jay Leno was in Last Man Standing, they brought him into that. So, you know, they're almost kind of.
He was even in Home Improvement.
Was he really? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think he made a couple guest appearances on Home Improvement.
Wow. So yeah, those bringing those characters back, even though they're different characters, gives you that feel. And
the wife from Last Man Standing made the appearance. That was a heart touching episode.
Yeah, 100%. And I was like, are they? I'm like, they're not. I had to try to turn to my wife. I'm like, they're adding her to this show. I'm like, you might as well
That's
just
what
call
I
it
thought.
Standing.
They'd bring her back, which they haven't yet. They replaced her with Jenna Elfman.
Yes.
So, which I didn't recognize her at first either.
No. She looked like when I saw her, I'm like, I know her. I don't know where, but I know her.
Right. that was me too. And I looked it up. I'm like, oh, Dharma and Greg. Oh my goodness, I didn't. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's worth it.
Yeah. You know what? It's 10 episodes, half an hour each. It's just fun, relaxing. And nothing too heavy, but it's got some really nice moments to it. Nice family moments.
Yes.
So looking forward to season 2 on that. And with that all said, I think on that bombshell, we will see you next week.
See you guys later.
Have a great day, everybody.